This story is about four friends whose names were Sachin, Rahul, Akash and Samir. Through this story, I am presenting the last journey of these four in front of you. All four of them are very fond of traveling and especially of visiting haunted places. All four of them like adventure. In the last 3 months of college, these four made a plan to go to a haunted village in Uttarakhand. After talking to their families and taking permission from their family members, all four of them set out on their journey. All four were from very good families. Sachin made a plan that he would convince his father to take his car, and after a little effort, his father agreed. Sachin took his SUV and left to pick up the three of them. Two of Samir's relatives were visiting his house who were of his age. Both of them also insisted to go with them. Their names were Jyoti and Sonam, and all five of them boarded Sachin's car and left for Uttarakhand. The distance to Uttarakhand from their city was 437 kilometers. These 6 people entered Uttarakhand after covering a long journey of 6 hours. Samir, look friend, we have reached Uttarakhand, let's stop somewhere and eat something. I am feeling very hungry. I don't know whether we will get anything further or not. I don't know where this Sachin is taking us. Will we get something to eat there or not? Jyoti said, friend, you always seem hungry, you are so sad, we are going to such a nice place and you are crying too. Sachin said, don't worry, you won't be able to eat even for a month, there is so much food, why did you come? You could have spent 2 days with us and stayed with Anjali and told at home that you went to Rome with them. Hearing Sachin's words, everyone sitting in the car started laughing. Then Akash said, look, there is a rest stop, let's eat something. Everyone came to rest stop. The owner of the rest stop welcomed everyone and made everyone sit on the table and chair. All ordered the best food for himself, and after eating, started preparing to leave. He got his group pics taken from a man standing near the rest stop and left for the village. This village in Uttarakhand was on a hill, very far from the city. The distance of the village from the city was 175 kilometers on the mountains. Sachin was tired of driving. He asked Rahul to drive the car. Rahul started driving. He stopped at the village. Before that village, there was no person in this village too. There was just a farmhouse which Sachin had belonged to uncle. It was 5 kilometers inside the main road. They went and slept at night. They did not notice that there was no one in the village, nor was there a watchman of the farmhouse. The next day everyone got up and started having fun and quickly got ready to go for a trip. As soon as they sat in the car and Sachin started the car did not start. He tried 5 to 6 times but the car did not start. He said to Rahul, hey, what did you do? Rahul, you bastard, what did I do? You gave me the car to drive and I drove it here. How do I know what happened to this junk? Sachin, speak carefully, he himself could never buy a car and you are calling my expensive car a junk. Rahul, so what could you buy? It is your father's car too. Sonam calmed both of them down and said, think what to do now, it is very cold here and how will we go back home? You all calm down, someone come with me. We will get help from outside. Jyoti told this to everyone and Rahul agreed to go with her. All four were now sitting in the farmhouse and were waiting for those two to come. It was 3 o'clock while waiting but there was no trace of those two. Samir and Sachin thought that we should go out and see. He told Sonam that you and Akash wait here. If we do not return in half an hour then you also come to the road, we will definitely get some help from here. As soon as they came out, Jyoti and Rahul were seen coming from the front. There was a third person with them. He came and told that this is a mechanic. The mechanic did not see anyone and started fixing the car. It was 6 o'clock by the time the car was fixed and their day also passed like this. At night these people lit a bonfire outside the farmhouse and started telling about themselves. While talking, Akash started telling a ghost story. Akash said, "You guys know that once my father was coming alone from the city to his village. There he met a man and he said that he would take him by a shorter route, and my father went with him. After going a little further, my father saw his feet which were upside down, and my father ran away from there." Rahul said, "Hey, this was not a ghost. He must be some relative of yours." Everyone started laughing heartily. Then Jyoti heard someone laughing softly from behind and she looked back. She got scared, but she did not let anyone know. Everyone started talking about their own things and started telling about ghosts. At around 11 p.m., they all went to their rooms. At 3:30 in the night, Rahul woke Akash up and said that he was hearing some people's voices from outside. "Let's go and see, who knows, we might get some help." Both of them closed the door from outside and left without telling anyone. Walking from the farmhouse towards the road, Rahul was walking ahead on the dirt road and Akash was behind. Akash said, "Hey you bastard, from where are you getting the sound? I have not heard any sound till now. You brought my kulfi to freeze in this cold. Come on, let's go back. I don't want to go anywhere with you, and you didn't even let anyone wake me up. In this darkness my brain's nerves are bursting." Akash kept on speaking and Rahul did not reply, and he kept on walking silently. After walking 1 kilometer, Rahul said, "Turn on the light of your phone." Akash turned on the light of his phone and started walking. Rahul was walking 10 steps ahead of him and the light of Akash's phone was falling on Rahul. Akash's eyes fell on Rahul's feet which were upside down. Akash had understood that something was wrong and he started saying, "I am turning off the light of the phone, because of you mosquitoes are bothering me." Akash turned back as soon as he turned off the light of the phone and quietly came to the farmhouse. Reaching the gate of the farmhouse, he saw that the gate was closed from inside. So far you have read how these friends went to visit a village where there was no one except these 6 people and some incidents were happening with them. Let's know the story further. These 5 went to the kitchen to see Sonam. She was lying unconscious on the floor. Samir took her in his arms and brought her inside the room and laid her on the bed on the floor. Jyoti sprinkled water on her and brought her back to consciousness. Sonam started crying as soon as she regained consciousness. Jyoti held her and calmed her down. "Sonam, Sachin, you are alive. I saw you outside. Your headless body was standing outside the kitchen." All of them started believing each other, and all of them prepared to run away from there and at the same time packed their bags and started leaving from there. Everyone sat in the car and Sachin started the car. These people left in the same clothes in which they were in the farmhouse. They were not wearing warm clothes. As soon as they left from there, all the lights of the farmhouse got switched off automatically. They covered the 5 kilometers distance in 3 hours. They were unable to find the way to reach the main road. Somehow these people reached the main road from there and started coming back towards the city. The distance to the city from there was 175 km. These people had enough petrol in their car to reach the city comfortably. Sachin was driving, and after traveling about 50 kilometers, they saw 3 men who were warming themselves by the fire. They thought of asking them for help. They told the whole story to these 3 men. All 3 of them believed them. One man said that you cannot go to the city right now because the road is closed at the nearby post. You should go to our village due to wild animals. And these 3 started walking ahead. Their car was moving slowly behind them. After walking in the same direction for half an hour, these people were again outside the farmhouse, and those 3 men who were in front of their car looked back and saw that only clothes were hanging, there was no body inside. Seeing this, Sonam fainted again. She got fever. Suddenly someone broke the headlight of their car. Somehow they came back to the main road with the help of the phone light. The car had overheated and was not moving forward. They needed water. They used all the drinking water they had. I put everything in the car. It took about 1 hour for the car to cool down. It was 4:30 in the morning. It was pitch dark because of the mountains. They were sitting inside their car after locking it. At that very moment, something fell on the roof of their car. They were all very scared, but no one had the courage to come out. Sachin and Rahul mustered up the courage to come out and saw with the help of the phone light that it was the mechanic's dead body. Both of them got very scared and came inside and sat down. They told everyone that the mechanic's dead body is on the roof of the car. "Jyoti, if someone sees us with this dead body, we will be in a very bad situation." Samir said, "Let's do one thing, let's drop this dead body in the ditch." Rahul, Sachin, Samir together dropped this dead body in the ditch. Jyoti, Sonam and Akash were also standing outside the car. Then they saw a police vehicle coming from the front in which 2 policemen were sitting. They stopped their jeep near their car and asked, "What are you all doing in such a dense forest? Do you know that there is no village or any human around here? What are you all doing here?" Sachin said, "Sir, we came to our farmhouse and got stuck here. Our car is not able to move out." Policeman said, "Can't you call on the given number?" Jyoti said, "Sir, we were so worried that it didn't even occur to us to call you." Second policeman said, "Do you know that there is deception here which can be found in any form? You people don't care about your lives." Samir said, "Sir, you are also roaming here at this time of the night. You don't fear deception." First policeman said, "Didn't you see that there is trident in front of our jeep? As long as we both are sitting in this jeep, deception cannot do anything to us. It cannot appear to us in any form. That's why we stopped the car after seeing you. How are you people still alive?" On hearing this, they all were shocked that why the policemen were talking like this, and they asked the policeman for help. Jyoti said, "Sir, please help us and somehow get us to our homes. We are not even able to talk to our homes. All of you leave us in your car and come with us to the police station and come in the morning and take your vehicles from here." All of them went to the police station, which was in the opposite direction of the city. It took them about 20 minutes to reach the station, and they started resting in the room in the station itself. There was no signal in their phones, nor was the call from the police station connecting to their homes. These people rested in the same room till 10:00 a.m. Sachin said, "Sir, you come with me, I will bring my car and we all will leave from here." Sonam was still not getting up, and this was bothering Jyoti a lot. Sachin and the policemen took their car and left from there, but after reaching there they found that the car was not there. Then Sachin heard the sound of a car from behind, and he turned back and saw his car going into the ditch. He got very scared and started crying. The policeman held him and brought him back to the police post. Policeman said, "Now whatever condition you people are in, it is our duty to drop you to the city." A policeman took them in his jeep and went to drop them to the city. It took them 3 hours to reach the city from the police post. The policeman dropped them near the bus stand, and after getting the tickets he made them sit in the bus. All 4 of them sat in the bus, and the bus started for their city, and it was 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and these people had not even eaten anything. Sonam was still sleeping. All of them also fell asleep. Suddenly Akash's eyes opened due to a jolt, and he could not control himself. I was lying outside the farmhouse, and he started calling them all. They all opened their eyes, and they were also outside the farmhouse. And they all started screaming. At first it seemed like a dream, but after some time they realized that they were still outside the farmhouse and it had become dark. They had no way to go back. A very strange laughter was heard from outside, and they went inside the farmhouse. Now all four of them started waiting for the morning. Somehow both the girls were put to sleep comfortably, but Jody was still not able to sleep because she knew that something very wrong was happening. She did not know whether she would be able to meet her family or not, but the morning was not coming today. Now all four of them had also slept. After waking up in the morning, these people ate something and started walking towards the main road. Going ahead, they saw the same two paths which were not there earlier. They were not able to understand which path to take. They chose one path and started walking in that direction. This path turned out to be the main road. They thought it safer to walk towards the outpost instead of walking towards the city. They saw the same jeep coming from the front in which the same two policemen were there. The policeman asked them, "How did you guys come back? You are mad. Why did you come back here? Do you want to die?" Sachin said, "Sir, we don't know how we came here. We slept in the bus, and when we woke up, we were outside the farmhouse. Sir, help us." They said, "Sit at the back." All the friends sat at the back. They were walking on some other path. Sachin was sitting behind the policeman who was driving. Sachin said, "Sir, where are we going?" And then the policeman looked back, whose body was straight but his neck had turned 180 degrees. "Policeman, towards your death." Know in the next part how these people lost their lives and what was the secret of that farmhouse and the jungle. Were those policemen real? Was the Kalwa story true, and what had happened to Sonam all of a sudden? Till now you have read what kind of people are reaching the jungle again and again despite trying to get out. As soon as the policemen turned, their jeep collided with a tree and they all fainted. After a while, everyone regained consciousness and came out of the jeep. Sonam was still unconscious. These people started walking towards the city. There was still a lot of time for the evening to come, and they thought that they will definitely get some help going ahead. While walking, the road broke and a few drops of blood fell on Akash and he screamed. Everyone looked up and the same policeman was sitting on the tree and biting his own leg. They could not see all this and started running on the road. Due to running fast, these people got tired quickly and thought of taking rest. No forest was visible far and wide. After some time, everyone started walking again, then they heard a voice from behind. Everyone saw that Akash was lying down and he is saying, "Where are you all going, leaving me?" But the interesting thing was that Akash was walking with them. Now they could not understand who the real Akash was. Here this Akash was also not in his senses. His health also started deteriorating. Their Akash was lying on the ground. Sachin thought that maybe the one lying on the ground is the real Akash and he went to pick him up. Jody tried to stop him, but Sachin did not listen to her. As soon as he reached there, he started picking up Akash. He disappeared in shame. All of them screamed again and they all started running. Sachin was running behind everyone. People got tired while running and then slowly started walking. Akash was taken care of by Samir and Rahul. They kept walking and covered 25 kilometers. They did not have the courage to walk further. Then Jody heard something. Jody said, "I am hearing the sound of temple bell from somewhere. Maybe there is a temple." But by then Akash had stopped breathing and it was a very sad time for all of them. Everyone laid Akash's body down on the edge of the forest and sat near his body and started crying. After some time Rahul said, "How long will we keep sitting here hungry and thirsty? It is almost evening, we should go to the temple." All five got up and started walking towards the temple. Sachin said, "You can tell them that there is a temple ahead, maybe someone is there right now. I will stay here on the road, Rahul. If he tries to trick you, he can do it on the road too. there will be no need to show you the temple. Everyone agreed to Rahul's words and started moving towards the temple. Going a little inside the jungle, a temple was visible in front, which was 8 to 10 stairs up. The stairs were also made of mud, and the temple was also open where there was a statue of Mahakali in front. Sachin, Jyoti and Sonam started climbing the stairs ahead. Rahul also started climbing the stairs behind them, but Samir stood below the stairs. Rahul said, "Come on, why did you stop?" Samir was standing with his face down. Rahul came down the stairs and caught hold of his hand and started pulling it, but Samir did not move an inch. Then Samir's hand started burning and he was holding Rahul's hand tightly. Rahul tried to free his hand, but Rahul also started burning with it. Hearing Rahul's voice, all three turned back and started shouting. They were not able to understand what to do, but they did not have the courage to climb down the stairs. They came down and saved Rahul, and Rahul got burnt standing there. Jyoti said it means Samir was also not alive and Akash Rahul died in front of us. All three of them started crying very loudly and ran inside the temple and then sat in front of the mother and started praying. Sachin said, "Mother, save us, Mother, save us." Jyoti said, "Mother, we don't even know our fault, we haven't done any harm to anyone, why is all this happening to us? Mother, please save your children." All three of them fell asleep crying. At 3 to 4 in the night, Sachin woke up and heard the siren of the police car and he ran down the stairs to stop them, but by then they had left. As soon as he turned back, he found himself outside the farmhouse. He started calling Jyoti and Sonam, but now it was of no use. He was trapped in the deception. He sat down near the tree and started crying and said, "What have we done to you? Why are you doing all this? You killed my friends and brought me here. Why have you kept me alive? Kill me too." He could hear the sound of light laughter coming from the forest, as if someone was laughing at him. He sat down crying with his eyes down. The deception had also taken him under its control. Here Jyoti opened her eyes at 5 o'clock and it was still dark outside. She saw that Sachin was not with them and she started getting worried. She understood that now even Sachin will not survive. Jyoti lay down crying at the feet of her mother. The first ray of the morning fell on the temple. Jyoti was sleeping. The ray of the sun fell on the trident and the glow of the trident fell on Jyoti's eyes. As soon as Jyoti opened her eyes, she saw the trident and understood her mother's gesture. She picked up the trident and came out of the temple with Sonam. When they reached the main road, they thought, why not run towards the city? After running for an hour, they saw a village, but both of them did not want to go to that village because they both did not know whether this village was real or an illusion. Whether the people inside it were alive or just an illusion. Due to the excessive jolt, both of them sat outside and started resting. After a while, Sonam saw Sachin coming from a distance. Sonam shouted, "Sachin!" Jyoti also looked at Sachin. Jyoti said, "It could be a hoax. If Sachin is alive, how does he know that we are here?" Sonam said, "It could be that he is going towards the city." Jyoti held the trident tightly on seeing Sachin because she did not want to take any risk now. Sachin said, "I was searching for both of you in the temple." Jyoti said, "Where have you disappeared since 4 o'clock in the morning?" Sachin said, "I was thirsty and went to find water. Drink some water." Saying this, Sachin gave water to Jyoti, and as soon as he did so, Sachin disappeared. Jyoti understood that it was a hoax. She did not want to delay any longer and both of them started running towards the city. Jyoti did not leave the trident and Sonam did not leave Jyoti's hand. It was 6 o'clock in the evening from 8 o'clock and now both of them had reached the city light. They went to the police station and asked for help and told their whole story. The policeman said, "Let us go with you there," but Jody and Sonam did not want to go back. They said, "No sir, I will not go back there. Your two policemen are also probably dead. The place is cursed." Both of them now started requesting the police to let them go home, and the police made them sit in a bus, and both of them reached their city. Samir's family asked her, "Where is Samir? What story should Jody tell?" And she told the truth to all the family members, but their family members were thinking that these two have killed those four, and now they all went towards the same farmhouse to search them. Samir's family didn't believe Jody and Sonam's stories. They thought the two girls were plotting something. Angrily, they all went towards the farmhouse. It was dark outside. The atmosphere around the farmhouse was terrifying. There was a strange chill in the air, and the branches of the trees were swaying in the wind as if a storm was coming. When they reached the farmhouse, they felt something strange. Strange noises were coming from inside the house. Slowly, they entered the house. The sight inside the house made their minds go blank. The house was filled with blood. Samir, his friend, and the two policemen were all lying dead. But the scariest thing was the strange smile on their faces. It seemed like they were very happy before a painful death. Then, someone pushed them hard from behind. They turned around and saw Sachin standing there. But it wasn't Sachin. His face had no expression, and his eyes were red. Sachin said in a terrifying voice, "You all are going to die." Then, several more people emerged from the farmhouse doors. They all looked like the dead people and had the same smile on their faces. Samir's family started screaming in fear. They tried to run away, but Sachin and his people chased them. The entire area outside the farmhouse was red with blood. The fruits on the trees were stained with blood. Samir's family was running around trying to save their lives, but they were nowhere safe. Finally, they were all killed by Sachin and his people. There was silence again in the farmhouse. Only the sound of the wind and the rustling of the tree branches could be heard. After this incident, people started calling that farmhouse a haunted house. No one dared to go near that house. It is said that even today, strange noises can be heard from that farmhouse in the darkness of the night, and blood-stained people are seen wandering around. This story tells us that sometimes certain things are so scary that there is no logic behind them. Some things are just evil, and the best thing to do is avoid them.
Please like and subscribe for more terrifying tales.